Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is a general or collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you, leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That may give you further clarity as to what's going on now. All right, I did a short meditation beforehand, and I did it with this crystal here, and this is hemimorphite. This is from China, and this is for self-transformation and personal evolution, as well as healing of the physical and maintaining physical healing and also regaining it. So this is talking about the underlying energy from the tarot was this Seven of Wands. So the wands in tarot are representing the element of fire. This is talking about the wands are made of wood, and so they fuel the fire. And so this is talking about taking passionate action. Now, this card is saying, now that I know what I know, I have conviction beyond a doubt exactly what I'm going to do. So you may have been in doubt. It looks like there's some cards here that have caused you to be in doubt. And now that you know what you know, you're fighting for being in the upright, is the feeling. You're standing on higher ground. You're protecting your heart, and these are actions of others coming towards you. You notice we have a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And this can represent being straddled between two worlds, and also can represent the energy sometimes of someone else walking in your shoes or you walking in someone else's shoes, depending on the situation. And this is talking about, sometimes forgery, identity theft, copycatting, that type of energy. All right, and then we have, that would be a foolish journey. This painting is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This dragon is actually part of a second painting, and this is about the fool goes on their journey at the 0 point, and in my oracle there is a foolhardy twin that goes forward on their journey, and they are on God's plan. And then we have a foolish fool, a foolish fool that goes on their journey, and it's foolish. It's not. And look who we have here. So let's see what this is about. And this is talking about expectations. So expectations will always create limitations. This particular dragon and her fairy are off the coast of Sicily. All right, and then we have the 10 of Wands here. So this card is talking about, this is you bringing your harvest home after planting these wands. These are, the seeds have grown into wands of the actions that you've planted and of the actions of people that you're associated with. And so this is talking, there's a heavy harvest here. So this is talking about carrying a heavy load. And, hopefully this energy is heavy because it's the fruit of your labors and it's harvest, time. But sometimes you could be carrying burdens from other people, or possibly in this energy creating burdens for other people, which then becomes your burden. And, when the truth comes out, when justice comes down, if you're creating burdens for other people, that's going to belong to you. So if you're out in the field here, we're going to take this from the perspective of my collective being on their foolhardy journey, but engaged. I feel this is talking about the energy coming towards you in this reading. So this is talking about putting down any burdens that you're carrying of other people that are that are not yours. You need to lay them down, because this is saying that now that you know what you know, if you don't lay those burdens down, then you become part of that. And so the energy is also talking about, this person can't see how close he is to home because he's so up close to the situation. So you may have heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees. This is talking about the energy of being so into the details that you can't see the big picture anymore. And he's almost home, like he's so close to home, but he can't tell he's close to home. And he looks like he's about to give up. He's just exhausted. That's why it's so important to put down the burdens that are no longer, don't belong to you. And sometimes you might need to look at a way of delegating responsibility to others to lighten your load. This is saying, the goal is to keep going. Don't give up now, because you're very close. A lot of people quit right before they're about to be successful. But it's talking about you needing to let go of burdens and find other ways to delegate to other people. And then we have this energy of the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is talking about regret and remorse regarding love. And now in tarot, the cups do represent romantic love. They could represent love of anyone or anything, and even something you love to do or something you love to be. So in romantic love, we have two cups here with wine in them, and then we have a third cup that has some other liquid in it. And whatever that liquid is, it clearly has been poisonous to the relationship. And this individual is in regret or remorse. Now, this could be you. It could be your partner, or it could be the third party energy, or all three. So this is saying that if there was a third party energy, there's a saying, don't cry over spilt milk. And don't cry over spilt milk is like the milk's already in the ground. There's not anything you can do about it. So accept the loss and move forward. That's the best you can do. And so you need to turn around, take a look and behind you and notice, hey, there's two cups still standing. Pick them up, be grateful they're standing, appreciate them, and cross that bridge over troubled water to go back to your castle. Now you notice in the background, the castle is half dilapidated and half standing. So this is talking about, is the glass going to be half full, or is the glass going to be half empty? You're going to have a strong attitude to be able to get through this, to heal from this energy. And so, and if it's not about romantic love, this could be the same kind of energy regarding family members, friends, business partners, etc. And and the two cups behind you here. This could represent still being able to go after what you love to do or be, but you're going to have to work at it. You're going to have a good attitude. Now we have the devil energy here. So the devil, you can see, there's two lovers here, and they are yoked to each other, and they are chained to Saturn's box. The devil is crouched in between them, and the way he's hovering there, he's like in between them. And this is talking about basic animal instinct. So this is talking about lust, not love, and there's some sort of temptation here. So I feel this represents a third party energy in a couple relationship, and perhaps that's why the load is so heavy. Now, yeah, because we have this card then after this. So whenever the devil comes up, I always cover it with the next card up. Temptation is a very manipulative energy, and you're not going to get the truth from temptation. So I always see, who does the devil send in? Because he always has a minion to do his dirty work. Devil spelled backwards is lived, as in he used to. He lived at one time, but no longer does. So he has to get minions to do his dirty work for him. Who does he send in? Does God cover it? And the next card up, we have victory. So I feel this is talking about your victory in overcoming this temptation or the situation that happened. Or if you want to look at it from a different perspective, this could be talking about the devil has victory in getting someone to engage with a third party energy, and it breaks up your relationship. But I feel this, if I'm reading for the collective, assuming you're in, if you're part of my collective, you want to be on the foolhardy journey. And this is talking about what happens when you're not, okay? Or when you're engaged with people who, associated with people who are not. So I'm reading this from the perspective of the collective I have here, that you are victorious over that after having this happen. I feel like that perhaps you have a partner that was had a third party energy. Now that you know what you know, you have conviction beyond a doubt that you're going to stand up for yourself and put down the burdens that this has caused you. And so the devil was successful in tempting your lover, your partner, whatever that is, but you're successful in overcoming it. And you notice here how we have these wands here in the background. So this is the people in the background that we're watching. And they could see this happening, and they can see you coming out a leader. And you notice that there's 6 here and there's 6 here. So there's a laurel wreath on your wand saying that you're a leader, and you're being seen as a leader because you've been able to rein in your emotions and discipline your mind. This is actually victory. It's talking about you can be proud of yourself for handling the situation well. The disappointment in love, now that you've been through this, the universe may be saying, it's time to love again. And you're like, hell no, not after what I've been through. And this is talking, maybe if this is romantic love, this could be like those 3 cups again. And we have a 3rd cup here. And this can even be that you found out, now that you know what you know, you found out that this person actually had a child with someone else while they were with you. And so this is talking about the extra gift here, but it's not much of a gift for you if it wasn't you and your partner that had this child. It was him and the third party, or her and the third party energy. So all the characters in tarot are not gender specific. They're talking about masculine and feminine energies. So just be aware of that. So this could be a woman sitting under the tree, just as it could be a man. All right, so this is a foolish journey for sure. So let's see what happens next. We have the Hermit. I feel that this has been like a dark night of the soul for you. And you notice how these 2 figures are very similar. This one is in the dark, and this one is now in the light. And quite a bit older and wiser for what has happened, right? And this is talking about when you go through a dark night of the soul like this, and you want to heal. Sometimes the hermit goes inward and climbs out. To do so, they climb a mountain and isolate themselves until their lantern is full of the light of the North Star. And then when their rod is shining golden from the light, they know, okay, it's time to come down from the mountain and re-enter society and accept that cup. It's time you're too young to not this is way too young to not go for another cup of love. There's always time and room for love. It doesn't matter if you're 99, go for the love. And then we have this energy of the 9 of Cups. So this is talking like you deserve to have love. You deserve to have that 10th cup. You may have held back, and you may be working on your career. You may be working on your, house or your home or whatever. You might have projects. You might have hobbies. You're doing what you can to heal from this, but you don't have love with that special someone. Maybe you just don't want to be vulnerable to that energy again. But this is talking about now you've done enough inner work. It's time to come down from the mountain and get back out there into public life. Put yourself back out in there and start. The energy here is the disappointment is not just from the partners in the situation. It's also about the people around you who knew about it but didn't tell you, or possibly worse yet, were involved in the energy. So this can have, this is saying it was very public and humiliating, possibly for you. Everybody else knew, nobody told you. But there is also underlying energy. This could also be saying that you are somehow in a public figure, and it really affected your career and your reputation, and you're recovering from that as well. We have leaking from the bottom. Like, this is someone who's been successful for sure in the past. And there's 9 cups back up here now. So you've done a lot of inner work to really build yourself back up again. And that's what this crystal is about, self-transformation and, being in, going after your personal evolution. So you've done a lot of work, but now the universe is saying, okay, you're ready. It's time to love again. And you're like, oh, I don't know. and that's why the energy is incongruent here. We've got, from the base chakra, the fear of going through that, whatever this was, it really hit you hard apparently. And you're leaking the energy from, the masculine and feminine energy. And the base chakra energy is about, survival in the 3D world, basically. And then, but you have your arms in an infinity symbol saying that, okay, I understand there's infinite potential and that there is a potential for doing this. I have been successful in love before, in all sorts of love. And you might love what you do, and it's not the love that's impossible. It's the thought of opening yourself up to another person and having to have faith that their love is possible. So this could be the past cups. This could be on the precipice right now. It could be in now, when you're like, the cups are just, you're making this decision now, or you will be shortly in the future. And we have, look at this, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This would be a huge reward for your improving your love life. The Pentacle energy is talking about a reward for following your North Star after going to the mountain and isolating. You don't actually have to climb a mountain. But this is talking about staying on your path of glory, which is God's path, so that your journey is not foolish, full of expectations. Expectations will always create limitations. But you can anticipate a strong future if you're on God's path. And it's also saying, I feel here, that this energy that you've been through, this is the dark night of the soul. You did lose a lot of lifestyle. You lost a lot of money, time, energy. You may have been in this energy for isolation for some time. So whatever happened, it's almost like these cups might be representing 9 different people that were involved, that you had to really, like, there was possibly more than that actually, but because this is a very large pentacle you're being rewarded with for staying on your path to replace all of the lifestyle and the money and everything that you lost, all the time lost in your career, that type of energy. This could represent almost like a decade of energy, basically, or a decade coming to an end and now moving into this new reward, okay, that you've done the inner work, it's time to move forward. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, you were bred, this is talking about being breadcrumbed in this energy. It wasn't just about love. The bottom line was that this is talking about giving too much of yourself. We have 6 pentacles here. This is your harvest, and you've chosen to give some of it away, which is good. It's charity. This person you're giving it to because your discernment now is telling you that this person will use it wisely and they really need it. This person, you have the scales of justice above their head because look they already have something in their pocket. And so really this person just wants to risk your money instead of their own to make money for themselves. This could represent this energy, this whoever had the relationship with the third party energy, they were more their relationship with you was what they could get out of you. And I feel that the third party energy was really more like the couple energy. So you were in second place. Let me put it to you that way. So you've learned the discernment of this card is talking about learning the give and take of life. How much time, money, and energy are you going to invest in any situation, in people, places, shift, and who are you going to do it with? And is it an even exchange of energy? That's what this is talking about. This is talking about having been breadcrumbed. And maybe your whole life, because this is talking about a real deep wound that you had to heal. Perhaps that's what you were taught when you were younger, is that, that you were not, you maybe didn't fit in with the family or whatever, and you do not deserve to, your second, place, basically. The rest of there's other children that matter more. And unfortunately, that does happen. And then we have, look at this, the maternal energy. So your mother may have been that way. I mean, normally this is talking about having a mother that wants things to be even and fair. And, the Queen of Cups is someone that takes pride in her household. She's less likely to be concerned about career and more involved in the energy of the home. But she may have had her favorites. And her love wasn't as unconditional as normally the Queen of Cups would be. So quite often this can be about healing energy that goes way back when it comes to the mother. This can represent I feel that this is talking about your maternal bloodline. There is something about between you and your mother. Sometimes this actually can come up that to do with the DNA. And when they are testing DNA and they're tracing the maternal bloodline, the mitochondria of the cells are what indicates the maternal bloodline. It's the battery of the cell that gives us all energy. But the mother passes that energy down, and both sons and daughters are affected by that energy. But only the daughters carry it to pass it on. So that's how they can trace it back. So when this card comes up, it sometimes can be talking about your mother, mother figures, aunts, and it could be cousins, like female cousins, sisters' energy. So there could be some sort of energy around this, that it was your family members that were also involved in this energy. Maybe they knew about it on and they didn't tell you. And, you've been breadcrumbed. There's something that has gone on here. And it's talking about the maternal line. Now, sometimes if you were married to someone, this can represent your mother-in-law and her bloodline as well. We have walking away. Yeah, you walked away from a situation when you found out this energy happened. Or it could be someone walked away from you. In either case, this is talking about possibly like between the 7th and 8th year, that there was some sort of third-party energy causing a gap in the relationship. This is an estimate. It doesn't have to be that, but definitely this is talking about a relationship that you've been in for some time. If you want to add decades to it, it could be the 18th year, the 28th year, like if you want to look at it from that perspective. It's also talking about the new moon and the full moon, and of how you're walking away and it's heartbreaking for you, but you realize like you can't stay in this situation. And because you want to heal and you want to not repeat it. Now, going from the bottom to the top and back down again, we do have this energy of carrying burdens that don't belong to you, having a real heavy load to carry because of this energy. This is talking about being rewarded, though, for staying on your destined path and taking the time to heal. And this is saying that you were victorious over this energy. So this energy, even like, the energy here is you've been breadcrumbed your whole life, like when it comes to that, however long you were in this relationship, for sure. But I feel there's something about your maternal bloodline that that's the part that needed to be healed, is being understanding that you're of the same value as every other member of the family, even if they didn't treat you that way. And so there's a reward for coming in if you stay on your foolhardy journey. If you go on a foolish journey, then you're going to you know, it's not going to work out the way that you want it to. This is talking about walking away from the situation and doing as much healing from this dark night of the soul as possible, and then coming into being ready to accept another cup of love. And so this is talking about like this whole energy of getting back on your path after, and like this is even, you could have been someone in a relationship and you never cheated, you always did, you know, you were in this energy. The home was important to you, your children were important to you, you loved your partner, your lover, your spouse, whatever that was, you were on the upright. But because you were associated with this energy, that's why, you know, you end up like this anyway. So we're going to clarify this for those that want clarification. If you're leaving the reading here, thanks for your time and energy. I really appreciate your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. It really does help me build my channel. And I'm going to see. So the numbers on these cards represent the paintings in my oracle. There's 64 of them. I started in 2007. And in 2020, I had all 64 done. And so I have a website, talesfromthevector.com. These are how the paintings are listed in the gallery on that website. You can check it out. And I will put these in the order they appear here to give you an idea which ones to look for. So we have the battle star energy. Yeah, having the courage to get through this. And then having the courage to say, okay, frick, I've been healing. This could be saying it took you 8 years, but you finally healed. You're ready for love again. You realize I want to have love in my life again. I can handle it. And having the courage to look at what you need to do differently, about the people you choose to associate with, all of, and going through that. So this really did degrade your energy. You may have felt very much degraded. This energy comes up a lot. I mean, especially like if there's divorce and there was cheating and everybody knew and nobody told you, not even your family members, it can be really, really challenging. And it's about, you know, the shame doesn't belong to you if you're not the one that was cheating. The shame belongs to the other person. So you need to lay that burden down. That's a big part of the healing process, is realizing that. I mean, it takes two to have a relationship. So there's things that you have to look at, that what you did. But if you're not the one that was doing the cheating, then the degradation belongs to your partner, not to you, in that category. Then we have perception. Someone thought the grass was greener on the other side. And I do feel, that this was someone that gave into temptation. Your partner may have given into temptation very easily. And then he finds out it's fake. But then this, I don't get, it was only one time. Maybe there's only one time you know about. That's just, I'm picking up this energy of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, at least 6 burdens that you were carrying that did not belong to you. And then we have surrender, and there may be another child out there as well, because we had that energy come in. So the surrender with this cup here. Yeah, this is about like cleaning this out of your energy so that you can heal. This is such a pretty crystal. It makes you want to jump into the ocean and just go for like a cleansing saltwater bath or something maybe. We have the guiding star energy. This is about using your intuition, and this is your crown chakra. So I feel that this is sitting right in the middle. I feel that your intuition was telling you something was going on. But I've come to the conclusion of doing these readings that love is blind. We don't want to see things about the people we love, so we have a tendency to not, I don't believe that they would really do that. And it could go further than that. It could be like, well, maybe you even went to friends and family and said, I think there's something going on here. Like, do you know anything about it? And they're like, oh no, everything's all fine. And they might have been the one that's involved, you know, or it was their friend or something like that. We have Capricorn energy. So Capricorn energy is, it's the most mature of the pentacle energy. And I feel that there's something to do with money here. And so there could be, reasons other than that your partner just, like, your partner could have, I'm going to be blunt, your partner could have married you because of money for some reason. And you might think, well, I'm not that rich. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe they know about some money that you don't. So this is the most, Capricorn is the most mature of the pentacle signs. They're the most ambitious. They can see the possibilities in every challenge. And in the upright, this energy is very responsible. But if it's not upright, this energy is actually rules over the devil energy as well, the Saturn energy. So, take it however that works for you. Then we have the Aquarius energy. Yeah, this is talking about Uranus in moving into Gemini, basically. Uranus rules Aquarius, and Uranus moved into Gemini energy from this reading about a month and a half ago. So this is like around the beginning of June. And the thing about Uranus in Gemini is that it hasn't been there since 1941 to 1949. And that was when World War II was happening. And so there could be there's something to do with that. It's coming up in a lot of readings. This could go back way further than you think, down your mother's line. There could be some hidden secrets, skeletons coming out of the closet right now in this energy. Aquarius, bottom line, Uranus wants that planet, when it's in Gemini, it wants the truth to come out. And as I said, the last time it was there was World War II. What is that? 75 years ago. So this could even represent, 75 years, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in between 75 and 80 years ago. Wow. That's wild, isn't it? So this is going back, and it's sitting here on your mother's line. So there could be something to do with that. And the thing to know is the reason why it's significant is because Uranus takes 7.5 to 8 years to move again. So this truth energy is coming out for the next 7.5 to 8 years. That's until 2033, we're going to have Uranus in Gemini. A truth a day keeps the devil at bay. All right. And then we have lovers. So definitely there is some, I feel that there's something that happened that you're going to find out the truth about, that possibly happened way back to that time frame. And it had something to do with lovers and possibly DNA. So it's something the truth is going to come out eventually. You might want to look into it if you've been having this idea that you want to get your DNA tested. I mean, that's up to you. That's something that you have to be very careful with, I feel, in many ways. It's interesting, and at the same time, who has that information after that? Also, I want to point out that when my horoscope signs come into this reading, I'm not saying it's an individual. I'm talking about the energy of the state of being of each of the signs. So just keep that in mind. And in your own reading, there could be an Aquarius and a Capricorn involved. That's cool. Like use your intuition on that. But it's not that's not the purpose of my readings. All right. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I will be back with another reading for you about random shifts soon. Bye for now.